Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel where we talk all things true crime. I also pop in a little life vlog as well. I hope you appreciate today's case coverage, and if you do, I hope you'll consider subscribing to the channel. It's free to do, and it really helps my channel grow. You can also go ahead and hit that like button and comment your thoughts below on this case. I would love to hear from you. Also, for my returning Titans, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me for yet another upload. If you haven't joined our members only group yet, please do so by clicking the join button now below, or you can join from our main page. I am going to start doing members only lives, members only videos. I have been doing those, and pictures and stuff like that. So if you guys want to get the extra added, things in there, go ahead and hit that join button. Now that that's all out of the way, I can go ahead and get started. So we are discussing, we've been discussing the Idaho 4 case for the last 17 days or so. We've had very few people come forward to say that they were with any of the 4 murdered college students the night of their death. We had a neighbor come out and speak, and we also had a gentleman from the Grub food truck come forward to give his recollection of what he saw that night, that he had contact with Maddie and Kaylee. In the interview he did at the beginning of this case, he stated some things I didn't agree with, but he really clears it up in a few videos. I'm going to show you those here in just a minute. If you're still not sure who I'm talking about, this is going to be the gentleman in the tan sweater and the tan hat that was outside waiting on his food at the Grub truck. The same guy that talked to the guy in the hoodie with the hat on. So let's go ahead and start watching these videos. By the way, I am not the greatest at TikTok, but I'm going to try. So let's go ahead and start. There's only a few, so we'll go ahead and start getting started with these.
Hey, Joe here. I just wanted to...
Oh, sorry, guys.
Hey, Joe here.
I'm trying to get it to where I can scroll it up a little bit.
Hey, Joe here. I just wanted to jump on this and make a video real quick. Kind of just...
I'm sorry, guys.
Last time I played.
I just need to scroll it up a little bit. That's not letting me, so that's
Last time.
Hey,
what is
Joe here.
through?
I just wanted to jump on this and make a video real quick. Kind of just squash some stuff that I've been seeing. So, first and foremost, I feel super awkward that I even have to make this video. But I've been not really keeping track of all of the stuff that's going on with this investigation for those girls that were killed. And to start off, the very next day when they had announced the murders and when they had shown the photos, as soon as I saw the photos, I messaged the 2 people that were in that video that I was talking to. My neighbor, and then another guy that we had met earlier that night who I thought was really cool. And we invited him to come with us to Grub Bus. I was like, hey, weren't 2 of these girls at the Grub Bus with us last night? And they couldn't remember, but they were also very drunk, and I was not. So I did have, there's a drink called a Larry Craig. That's a really popular drink over here. I did have one of those at Corner Club, but other than that, I was totally sober. When they confirmed that those were the girls, the only reason I knew that it was those girls was because I saw the video that said, oh, they were seen at this thing. Because I actually called the police right away and was like, hey, I think I might have information. I just need to know what was one of the girls wearing, because I remember one of them had pink, because the one that bumped into me at Corner Club was wearing pink. But nobody called me back from the police, and
So I just want to stop it there, because nobody called him back, he said, from the police. That doesn't surprise me, really, because we are actually uncovering another case that happened at another death, actually, that happened at the University of Idaho. That was a murder. And this happened in the beginning of this year. So if this is correct information I've been getting, that means that they have had another murder since 2015. They just had one the beginning of this year. So I wanted to point that out to you guys because I know a couple of you guys were on the live last night, and you guys are going to notice that in this TikTok as well.
I was like, okay, they're probably just swamped with information, probably whatever. But then when the video came out and people were like, no, those were the girls. And those two people were like, dude, those were the girls. I was like, okay, I'm going to physically go to the police station and talk to the police. I told the police everything I saw, which is different than what I think is going out there right now. And I was just waiting for food. I'm just like everybody else in town that waits for food at the grub bus. It does take a while. Everybody goes there. And so that was kind of the thing. It was like, no, if you're ending the night, you end it at grub bus. But other than that, I don't really have any like crazy information. I don't know why everybody's reaching out to me. I don't know why so many people are trying to spin things around. And so what I've decided to do is that I'm only commenting on things that are like ridiculous. So try and give clarity. But man, people are really turning this into something it's not. Hey, Joe here. I just wanted.
So let's move on to the second video.
Sorry, I had to do this in two parts because there's a lot. And I'm also shivering. It's cold and I'm in my truck. Yeah. So I wanted to address a few things specifically. One being the news article that came out was the first person that I actually like talked to with the news media. A lot of media outlets have reached out to me, and I've just ignored them because I just was like, man, I just was waiting for food. Like, I have nothing to add. I've given all the helpful information I can to the police. It would make zero sense for me to give any more information to random people. But these rumors that are going around were just like crazy, and I didn't have a bad vibe from the guy that people were dragging through the mud. I don't know if he did it or not. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, I could speak to the vibe I got from him, which was all people really wanted to know at first anyways, and I thought he was fine. Now, the news outlet that I talked to, I mean, he really embellished some stuff I said and added his own words to things and kind of changed the verbiage. I wasn't defending anybody. That's one thing he said. I wasn't defending him. I was just saying people need to stop spreading rumors because that could ruin his life. What if he's innocent? It would ruin his life. The other thing he said is that I noticed him come in with the girls. I didn't notice him come in with the girls. I didn't notice him till I cracked the joke to the frat guys because I thought it was ridiculous that it was like freezing outside and that guy was in a tank top. So I just made a joke because that's how I make friends. I don't know. But that's when the guy chimed in and I noticed him. I didn't notice him until that moment. When I was at Corner Club, when I said ew, some people were like, "What? That's such a weird thing to say. Why would I?" That's what you say when.
Yeah, and I want you guys to really listen to this part because I really had a hard time with this. I struggled with him saying ew about the girls, and I was like, well, why is he saying ew for? And then it made me go into, I mean, I'm going to admit it, my thoughts went like kind of bad, you know? But he really explains why he said that here, and it does make perfect sense if you just think about it, you know? Think about yourself being 21 or 22 and you're getting food at the end of the night and there are drunk people around and you're sober. So that's what I wanted to tell you guys before we watch this part.
When you're standing talking to friends and somebody really drunk, like they smell drunk, they're like bouncing around and they bump into you and like rub up against you, like it's gross. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but she was really, I mean, you can even see in the Grub Buzz video, she walked between us several times and just couldn't even walk straight. That girl was very drunk. She's actually the only one that I thought was really drunk. And she was the only one I noticed at Corner Club because she had bumped into me. Another thing that was weird is that the guy who was interviewing me from the Daily Mail or whatever it was, he said glass-eyed, and I was like, sure, yeah, like that. I didn't actually even use that word. That was his word. And then as far as the car goes, yeah, there's a car that pulled up. I couldn't remember what it was. I couldn't remember if it was black, blue, gray. I couldn't remember. I just remember that a car pulled up. Sorry, I had to do this in two parts because there's a lot. And I'm also shivering. It's cold.
Right. Let's go to part 3.
Ooh, so cold. So yeah, so I didn't know what color the car was. It was dark, and I just felt like when I told the guy, I said it was a dark car. I couldn't remember what color it was, and I think when I was at the police station, I couldn't remember what color it was. They asked me to, and yeah. So, but the Daily Mail guy was like, "No, you need to like, was it blue? Was it black?" I was like, "I can't remember if it was blue or black. I can't remember." He's like, "Well, we'll just say dark colored car." And I was like, "Okay." I was like, "I think it was a four-door sedan," but this guy got out and was like, "Hey."
Right there, he says this guy got out. So now that's the only part of this whole thing I don't understand, because yesterday on the live, we talked about how we found out who the private driver was through Kaylee's father. He stated on Good Morning America that a sorority sister picked them up that night. That was a designated driver. It seems like maybe they switch them out once a week and one person is the designated driver for the whole sorority. That's what I was taking it as. But this guy is saying he heard a male's voice. So now that's something we have to discuss on our next live.
Hey, let's go. What's going on? Because the girls were making videos and laughing, and they were trying to grab all the food. Every time food was coming out from the grub bus, they were just trying to grab it. And they thought it was funny. And I mean, it was a little funny, but they were trying to grab all the food that was coming out. And when I went up and I talked to the guy at the grub bus, I said, "Did you just give them food?" Because he just said, "Here you go," like that, and gave them food, and then they ran off. I actually told the grub bus, I was like, "That was really nice of you." He's like, "Yeah, they just need to, they need to get home." And I was like, "Yeah, they were trying to climb into the grub bus." So, I mean, very drunk. And then honestly, as soon as they called my number, I told the guy, I said, "They're leaving, bro." And then because they called my number, all I could think about was pasta. I couldn't think about anything else other than just eating macaroni and cheese. And that was it. I didn't give any other thoughts. I didn't think anything else about it. Yeah. Some people have said that, like, I've seen some people say, like, "Oh, I think it's suspicious how much Joe remembers." I'm an adult. Like, as soon as I realized that those were the girls that we saw there, I tried my best to remember everything and recount it from that night because I knew that it would help in the investigation. Some people said, "Oh, Joe might have been the suspect." Dude, I have cameras in my house. I literally have the time I walked in my house. The girls were still alive at that point. And I have a can of soda that I had in my video, having in my hands, walking into my house. So yeah, it wasn't me, I promise. And other people were saying that I was excited about like a claim to fame or something like that. What is wrong with you? That's such a disgusting thing to think. Like, who would be excited about this? I've literally ignored everybody. Like, everybody. The only reason I even answered the Daily Mail guy at first is because he showed up to my friend's house. Like, physically showed up to my friend's house trying to find me or trying to get information about me. Crazy.
And then we're going to part 4, and then we'll go.
And yeah, I just wanted to help. A part of me too felt guilty because I was laughing. I kind of laughed at the girls, watching them be drunk because, I mean, let's be honest, anybody that lives here, the whole reason that the Grub Bus has a Twitch stream is because the people, I call them zombies, but just kind of like because they're just people come from all walks throughout the night. A lot of drunk people come there after they've finished their night drinking to load up on carbs, eat food. Police come there that are working late. They come get their food. They just park right behind the bus. People like me come there who just want pasta in the middle of the night. Yeah, it's all walks of life, all people. But it makes for an interesting crowd pretty late. And so they always live stream it. That's the reason they live stream it. So that camera footage that you guys are seeing, that looks like surveillance, it's not surveillance. It's a live stream for Twitch for the Grub Bus. One thing I did say that I'm glad that was reported truthfully is that, I have a little girl. And I mean, she's a baby. She's like not even 2 yet. and she's my world. And there's a dad out there that these girls that they're his world, and they're gone. So, and I just felt kind of guilty because instead of helping them when they were drunk, they were entertainment. While I was waiting for food, they were just the entertainment. They were just the drunk people that everybody laughs at, And it's sad, and some people think that's disrespectful. I mean, it was what was happening. They were drunk. They were out there drunk like that. And one of my toxic traits is that I take on the weight of everything that's going on around me, both personally or just even with friends and stuff. And so any of my friends that know me, they reached out to me pretty much right away because they knew that this was going to be eating me up. And it has. And I haven't been following what people have been saying until just recently. Somebody sent me a TikTok video that had the most ridiculous things on it, and I tried to set those straight. And apparently it fueled more Reddit BS and more rumors. I don't understand how people are making this into an entertainment thing. Like, I live here. My friends are scared to walk to their cars. I'm a big guy, and I'm strong. I don't feel super safe going outside alone at night either. I just hope people realize that there's real people that are affected by this stuff, yeah, I just wanted to help. A part of me too felt guilty because I was laughing. I kind of laughed at the girls, what?
Sorry, that was the end of that video. So then we're going to go to his final thoughts.
Sorry, I put my hood on. It's really cold. Like, there's snow outside. But at the end of the day, I mean, I feel like people need to stop trying to reach out to me to get statements. There's so many other people that know more about what's going on than I do. I just happen to be getting macaroni and cheese at the same time as them. And other than like those couple minutes there, I can't really speak to anything else. And people need to stop dragging whoever through the mud, especially if you don't live here and you don't know anybody, you don't know what's going on really. Like, this isn't funny and it's not entertaining. And I believe that Moscow Police Department is doing a really good job in trying to kind of just do damage control. But like, let's be honest, the FBI is like on it. I would be surprised if they have a really good idea of who it is. They're just waiting for evidence, evidence to just make it concrete, because one of the worst things that can happen, you guys, is if they catch the murderer and they arrest them, bring them in, and then they have weak or refutable evidence and that person walks. Think about that. So ease up. Don't be jerks to the police. They're literally like, they don't want to give information out because this is like a really tight investigation, but they know things. I don't understand why they didn't. I will say my one critique, I don't know why they didn't put out right away that a car picked up the girls and was waiting for them in front of the grub bus. It took them way too long to do that. And there was a lot of rumors going around saying that the girls ran away from that guy. They ran across the street. And that's really when I started to like, man, I should say something, online. But, I work in media and marketing, and I'm a musician, and I have a lot of things that I just want to like give the world. And I'm sad that this is kind of how my name got out there. That makes me really sad. I'll probably delete these videos as soon as they announce the murder and it's all over. But until then, please just stop. Today I talked to somebody from Dr. Phil. They were wanting me to go on Dr. Phil and talk about this. And I'm like, why? I don't think people realize how little I actually know. But like I've said, I've been pretty much ignoring everybody. I'm not going to talk to any more media. There's actually, let me backtrack that. There's a lady coming to Moscow tomorrow who I'll probably have coffee with, but other than her, that's it. Stop spreading rumors. Sorry, I put my hood on. It's really.
So yep, that's the end of that. But that just kind of shows you a little bit of, you know, his point of view, how things were taken and set out of context. You know, when you're in front of the news outlets and things like that, they clip articles and they, you know, clip what they want to have be told, you know, the way they want the narrative to kind of be ran. And I'm glad that he came out and he addressed all of this stuff and the speculations and the rumors and how he feels about the whole investigation. And I really have a different mindset for this person now. I mean, I didn't really think, you know, he had anything to do with this. I never thought that actually. But I thought maybe he knew that guy maybe more than what he was, you know, telling or something along those lines. And I thought maybe he just wanted to go home with those girls that night. But now he has came out and he said, you know, the things that he said, and it does make a lot more sense. But that is my video for you for today for that topic. I am recording so many videos today, guys. So you will be seeing me all over the place. But I will see you guys in my next video. Much love, guys. Bye.